Hi there, I'm Vaishnavi from Signeasy. So contract management doesn't really stop once a document is signed. In fact, that's when it becomes even more important. And finding the right contract, tracking it, and sharing it with the right people, that's where most of the teams struggle. And it's a real challenge when contracts are saved in multiple places like inboxes, shared folders, and even local storage. So one of the most common questions we hear is, what is the best way to manage contracts? And honestly, the answer is quite simple. If you and 5 of your colleagues can find what you need in under 30 seconds, you've already got a system that's working for you. But sometimes a little bit of help gets things in the right direction. In this video, I'll walk you through how you can use a contract repository to make contract tracking and management simple in Signeasy. The first step is bringing all of your contracts into one place, which we call the repository. So you can navigate to it by clicking on the menu bar here and clicking on repository. You can think of repository as your contract library, which is like a single source of truth for you and your team to find anything that you need. This includes both your newly signed contracts and the historical ones. So your newly signed contracts will be stored here in a path or a folder that you have specified. And you can bring in some of your older contracts into the repository by importing them. You can click on the import contracts button here. And you have the ability to import from cloud, either OneDrive or Google Drive. Let me choose Google Drive, and it will open up a modal like this, where I can choose either a particular file or a folder that I want to bring in and just click on select. And the next option is to import from your local storage, where you can bring in entire folders or files from your local system. So if I choose file, it will show me options to click on a particular file I want to import. I can do a multi-select as well, and then click on open, and it would have opened that particular contract or a document and imported it into my repository. Now, you're probably wondering, how can you connect your cloud storage to Signeasy? It's pretty simple. You click on your profile icon here, go into personal settings, and here you have the cloud storage tab. And the instructions are pretty simple on the UI, and once you follow along, you'll be able to connect your cloud storage to Signeasy so that you can bring in and import some of your other documents. Step 2 is organizing your contracts into folders within your repository. You probably know that inside the repository, you can create folders and organize your files into folders. So let's take a look at how you can create a folder. Click on the Create Folder button here, and give your folder a relevant name and hit the create button, and you'd have created a folder. You also have the ability to simply drag and drop a folder or a file into a folder so that you can easily move it. For example, here I'd like to move this particular NDA into the NDA folder, and you just simply drag and drop, and there you go. It's as easy as that. It's very important that you organize your contracts into folders because they help you logically order your contracts. It can be either by contract type, a project name, or a region, any structure that makes sense to you. It's also important to note that you can create subfolders within folders so that your organization goes to a whole new level. So this is pretty much it on how you can organize your contracts into folders within your repository. Step 3 is assigning contract types. Contract types are a powerful way to organize your contracts, and you can assign a particular contract type to a file by clicking on the drop down here and choosing from the bunch of options. In my case, this is a non-disclosure agreement, so I will select it and then click on Add Contract Type. You can either apply the contract types one by one, or you can do a multi-select and tag multiple contracts at once in one go. Let me show you how you can do that. Simply select the contracts that you want to apply a contract type to and click on the Tag Contract Type button here, and you have a drop down to choose from. In our case, it's a non-disclosure agreement. And simply click on the Update Contract Type, and you would have assigned the contract type to multiple documents in one go. So adding the correct contract type doesn't just help with the organization of your contracts, it also helps enable faster search and better key term extraction later on. Now, one part of the whole problem is organizing your contracts in a repository in a well-defined folder structure and file structure, but that's only one half of the story. So the next question is, who needs visibility to these contracts? That's where spaces come in. Spaces are collaborative workspaces that bring in the right people to collaborate on contracts. So within each space, you can create repositories. For example, a legal space has its own repository and folder structures, and a sales space has its own repository and folder structure. So only members within the space can access these folders and files within them. So whether it's folders for organizing your contracts in a logical way, or adding contract types for faster discovery and better key terms extraction, using spaces for better collaboration, Signeasy gives you multiple ways to organize and manage your contracts effectively. When everything is easy and in a collaborative environment, things just work. And that's how you track and manage contracts in Signeasy.